Okay, guys. So you're probably wondering, what are Trump's charges? Like, what do they mean? Like, how do they make sense? Like, how do I make sense of these charges? What do these really mean? What he charged with 34 different crimes, or what he charged with 34 counts of the same? And what does counts mean? All that, all the legal jargon. Well, guess what? I'm a regular person just like you, and I kind of know what's going on. So I'm gonna do my best to break it down to you, and provide you some sources. So man, y'all just sit back, relax, and we're gonna get into it. We're gonna unpack it charge after charge.
Let's get it. It's just lead.
It's your boy D.
I'm sorry. We're in a homeroom with Smooth. Class is now in session.
All right. So first of all, shout out to Nate the lawyer. Okay, shout out to Nate the lawyer. All right, Nate the lawyer for just providing the links in a very user friendly format. I already got one of them open. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the button on the other one. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start with is we're gonna start with the what is this the statement this this the Trump indictment. Okay, this is the indictment. The other one is the statement of facts. But we're gonna start with the Trump indictment. So, it's the people of the state of New York against Donald J. Trump. He's a defendant in Supreme Court, state of New York County. Right. So, okay, you might be wondering. All right, so the defendant. So here's the thing. So he this indictment accuses the defendant of the crime of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of penal law. You can read that. The defendant in the county of New York or elsewhere on or about February 14th on Valentine's Day, wow, of 2017, with intent to defraud and in intent to commit another crime in aid, did conceal commission thereof, made and caused a false entry in the business record of an enterprise of an enterprise, to wit an invoice from Michael Cohen dated February 14, 2017, marked as a record of Donald J. Trump's irrevocable trust and kept and maintained by the Trump organization. Okay, that is the first count. That's the first count. The next count, I kid you not, is the same charge. It's the same. It's a falsifying a business record in the first degree, and it's then it's saying that this was in the general ledger. All right, it's saying that it was marked in the general ledger. Now that detail is important. It's same day, same thing marked in the general ledger. Okay, right. Now then the third charge is the same crime, falsifying a business record in the first degree. All right, on February 14, 2017, same thing. And then this detail was in the general ledger as well. All right. And then the next count was in the fourth count is the same thing, falsifying business records in the first degree. And then on February 14th, 2017, and then made a false entry with a check. Okay, and the check number, like, it was false statement on a check. All right. Okay. So then the next thing is it goes to March 16th, 2017, right? Then and 16th, and then the entry was recorded on the 17th, and then you have the 17th again. You have April 13th. You have June 19th of 2017. You have May 22nd of 2017. You have May 23rd of 2017. You have June 16th of 2017. June 19th of 2017. July. I think there's something that goes back to 2015. If I remember reading this correctly. Come on. That's no. Are all these done in 2017? Yeah. Okay. They were all done in 2017. Okay. So look, those were the counts, right? All right. So listen. So listen, y'all. So listen. So listen. This is why this matters. I'm gonna pull up the statement of facts now. Okay, this shows he orchestrated a scheme or whatever. How the best way to break that down, okay? The best way to break this down, all right? And I'm gonna pop back to me. All right, I just wanted to give y'all that. So look, the charges, right? The charges of falsifying a business record, right? Excuse me. The reason why it's repeated like that is for the each one has three. So each time that it was recorded in an account, in the I guess yeah, in the account, in the ledger, and then and then the check itself. Those are how the counts are counting, right? And it's each time he did that. But overall, he just did the same crime over and 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 over again. That is what they are alleging. Okay. That's what they're alleging Trump did. They're alleging that he did the same crime over and over and over and over and over again. Now, this is so beyond confusing the way this is laid out, but I guess it's legally, technically sound way to put this. However, I'm just going to say, just to get my 2 cents out the way, I don't think he's going to go to jail for this. I don't even know if they have enough evidence to make this stick. Like, this is the first time they're charging the president, and as much as I have my feelings about the guy, I don't think this is enough to put him in jail. Like this not gonna work. Like this, like they gotta have it. They gotta have everything. Okay, they gotta have everything. And the reason that it took so long, instead of being being charged in 2017, was because he was president then. They didn't think they had the grounds to charge a sitting president, because there was no precedence for that. But anyway, let's jump into the statement of facts. Okay, so the statement of facts. All right, it says that Donald J. Trump repeatedly and fraudulently falsified New York business records to conceal criminal conduct that hid damaging information from the voting public during the 2016 presidential election. From August 2015 to December 2017, the defendant orchestrated a scheme with others to influence the 2016 election by identifying and purchasing negative information about him to suppress its publication. Da, 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 Participants also took steps that mischaracterized for tax purposes the true nature of the payments made in furtherance of the scheme. One component of the scheme was that the defendants request a lawyer who then worked for Trump Organization, the special counsel, lawyer A, covertly paid $100,000 to an adult film actress shortly before the election to prevent her from publicizing a sexual encounter with the defendant. Lawyer A 130, made the 130,000 through a shell corporation he set up and funded at a bank in Manhattan. This payment was illegal, and a lawyer A pleaded guilty to making an illegal campaign contribution and served time in prison. Okay, this is Michael Cohen. Lawyer A is Michael Cohen. All right. And then further false entries were made into the business record to effectuate this payment, separate and apart from the business record used to conceal the payment. Oh, okay. So it's like inception levels of business bullshittery. So it's not only did he make false entries in his business record to do the payment, you know what I'm saying? He then falsified more business records to conceal the payment. And then after the election, the defendant reimbursed lawyer A for the illegal payment through a series of monthly checks. The first of Donald Trump's reversible trust, the defendant's trust, a trust created under the laws of New York, withheld the Trump Organization entity assets after the defendant was elected president. And then the defendant's bank account, each of which was processed from the Trump Organization, was checked with disguise to the payment for legal services given in the month of 2017 pursuant to a retainer agreement. However, uh, the payments kept and maintained in the Trump record were false New York business records. In truth, there was no retainer agreement, and lawyer A was not being paid for legal services rendered in 2017. The defendant caused his entries business records to be falsified to disguise his and others' criminal conduct. Um, Again, these links are publicly available, and this information is publicly available. And I really it was a catch and kill scheme, basically where like so basically you kind of catch up with the person that's about to falsify the information on you, right? They're going to put out the information, and then you get them and you go, yo, how much for you to shut up? And then they give you a number, you cut them a check, they shut up and give them an NDA, they shut up, they cash the check, and they chill out. That's it. That's how that works. Lots of NDAs. Clearly, we have at least, because if there's 34 counts, well, really 33. So really, there was 11 falsified business records because there's 3 per record per business entry. So I mean, for each check, there's 2 subsequent transactions. Thus, if it's 33, and then you have the overarching charge that makes 34, so 11 charges. So 11 different bogus business entries, and then another 11 to cover those entries, and then 11 checks were cut from said entries. Like I said, Inception's level crazy. But again, I don't want to bore you guys with a super long video. If you guys want to if you guys want to read that information, go to Nate the lawyer's channel. Go to the community tab where I clicked on it, and you can check out the rest of the video there. Again, personally, I don't think he's going to go to jail for this. I really don't. People think this was a smoking gun. It's not. It's not. This didn't do it for me. But anyway, yeah, y'all let me know y'all thoughts and stuff down below. I mean, yeah, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know what y'all thoughts down below. I really don't have anything else to add at this point. This just seems like after all this time, after all this waiting, this is what we got first. But there's a bunch of other cases pending. Like, don't get it twisted. There's a bunch of other